You with
Well, yeah,
your
I don't
thought
know.
while I burn my my friend.
But yeah, let's go with Zar, because we've all seen Rapha play Lost World a million times, and he's streaming. So let's see what spawn Zar is gonna get. And he does get rockets. Rapha wants to play a game of Machine Gun Chicken, and probably work his way over. Yeah, well, I mean, he's got himself onto the LG, which is a nice way to go. I mean, there's lots of health up on that side of the map for him, so it's basically all just free. It means there won't be a 50 in the middle of the map, which, you know, one player or the other might be able to abuse in his opening minutes, opening seconds. Zar picking up the shards, it's nice. And he's gotten himself into the position to pick up this yellow. And he's taken it for free, which is a really good way to go.
Oh, is this you? Oh,
he
he
gets
didn't
through
push
that
it.
doorway.
Wait, okay, I'm sorry. I was like, he didn't push it. He didn't have an LG yet. That's fine. If he had an LG, that was a frag.
But yeah, I mean, it's definitely good to just get that LG.
I don't really like this position as much as I did for Zar anymore. Okay, he will get mega health, but here's the problem. Okay, that rocket from Rapha needed to hit some damage, and somehow he skirts his way around. It's the yellow and has Rapha
and yeah,
on the
this is first frag for Ron fucking Bronson, aka
eventually.
Zar.
You would hope
Maybe,
so.
wow, yeah, he actually didn't want to push that.
Rapha will still red away now.
Just push a little bit around that corner.
He's out of rockets.
Yeah, now he has hurt mobility. It's actually gonna have a pretty huge impact on this mega health.
You know what I would have loved to have seen him do is just complete, like, this is why, hold this thought, because I was going to talk about plasma gun use. After Will pick up a 50, he knows his opponent needs health. Yeah, okay. Kind of a mistake to push out center map there. There's too much going on for me to say what I was going to say. But I really feel like being confident with plasma jumps on this map and just taking the single plasma jump up to the yellow over to Rapha's right now, and then getting up onto the rockets would have been the better idea, because as soon as you start firing that plasma, Rapha's not stupid, he knows you're out of rockets. You're firing plasma at him around the corner at mega health, like, he knows you're out of rockets. So he just takes full advantage of the situation there. That being said, Zar does actually manage to do a lot of damage the second time around with that plasma gun, but cannot quite find the kill. And Rapha does have position on the whole map right now. Zar would be very lucky to get this red.
Yeah, Rapha knows exactly where Zar is, and he's just gonna do what he can to stay up on top of the map.
And to be fair, Zar doing the right thing. He's just gonna go back in for the yellow the second time. You know, that's what you do. You're stuck in that area right now. Rapha is gonna bait out the red as long as he can because he doesn't need it. You know?
Yeah, and like if Zar goes to take it, he's gonna take more damage than he would get from picking it up. So definitely doing the right thing here. Rapha's still not taking that red.
Sometimes playing Lost World is like a giant 3D version of Ghosts and Goblins. Everything you try to do is just gonna bite you in the ass and kill you and push you. Nothing is safe that looks safe. Like,
yeah, especially playing Rapha.
Yeah. You guys don't know Ghouls and Goblins, or Ghosts and Goblins, I'm sorry. They're a very difficult Nintendo game from back in the day. I'd like to be able to be relatable to everyone here, but I don't know how difficult Halo 16 was, so I can't.
Just say Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. Okay, yeah, there you go. Dark Souls. I feel like we're going down a huge rabbit hole here, like this can of worms when I start doing that. We'll stick to Quake. I think that's what we know. That's what we know. 200 Rapha will eat a direct rocket, but he is still well in control of the situation. Zar is actually stuck on the mega health side of the map right now.
Yeah, there'll be a red for him.
Nope.
It's if he can get it for free and... Wow, where was Rapha?
Sleeping.
Maybe just focusing on the exit damage, but even still.
I don't think he expected him to be at red until he heard it. I didn't expect him to be at red. Like, you did, but I didn't think he had the balls to. Watch out, bro! That's gonna kill you! Alright, Rapha will finally be forced away, and look at the stack difference. Let's switch over to Zar.
Oh no, that was so predictable. That could have been a really easy way for Zar to lose a lot of his stack. Just diving on that yellow. And there Rapha, absolutely free, you know, absolutely nothing, just gets red. It's a weird position for Zar to be in. And And yeah, Rapha doesn't have any problem at all, just hounding him down.
Just thinking of here in speaking of Australian stuff, score difference has been opened up quite a bit. 3-0 now. Looks like it's gonna be a 4-0 as he will get caught up the jump pad. And did he spawn it red? Because if he did,
No.
on LG and oh yeah. Now
That's... Oh, wow, I'm surprised he survived that.
only
Not for
matter
long.
of time. Game has been forfeited. No surprise of Rapha taking Lost World, but I gotta hand it to Zar for keeping the beginning of that a little closer than I expected. I do
Yeah, well, I mean,
appreciate that he forfeited actually, simply because he has recognized like that his opportunity was gone at that point. He did a really good job at the beginning.
If you're gonna forfeit a game, that's exactly what you should do, you know? You have a good crack, you do everything you can, then you say, okay, you know, I need to forfeit this now for my, like, state of mind for the rest of the best of 3.
Yep. Let me check on lower bracket. Make sure it's still moving along. Nice. Alright, so just give you all a quick update. Festive Turtle is currently playing against Ruleth, and the winner will go on to play against El Capitan. Vigilante has actually defeated Organic, who we saw have a crazy Lost World against Apparition, aka JT. So JT, Vigilante, Captain, Festive, Ruleth, and of course, Zar and Rapha. All still in it.
And we did see Zar earlier playing pretty well on this map, you know, when he had nothing, just going around to green armors and shards. It'll be interesting to see how the same, he will inevitably have to do the same kind of thing here, I think. But it'll be interesting to see how it goes if he can play the same kind of game against Rapha. And it'll be interesting to see what Rapha does to deny the green armor cycling.
I do have Rapha's net graph up right now. It is worth noting. I'm gonna check Zar, just to make sure, off the server.
No, I think it is Rapha.
Yep, it is indeed Rapha, as soon as we switch back over to him. He is spiking.
Yeah, no, I noticed that a bit before. And I think some people have blamed this on his streaming.
Yeah. I don't want someone to go up, even if it's Rapha. I don't want someone to have to play against somebody who's warping. It makes it very difficult. Especially actually when your opponent is.
It just adds like a dice roll element into the game.
Yep. Yeah, literally it's RNG at that point, right?
Yeah, this isn't like Dungeons and Dragons.
I don't want to ask him to stop streaming.
Well,
but
you don't want to be that guy who's like, hey, everyone on Rapha's stream, come here.
Well, that's what it would kind of feel like. Zar is ready though. It looks like Rapha is kind of still spiking now. He evened out for a bit there. He is now not ready. Take too much time. We're not pushed for time necessarily, but
Oh wow.
He said it, not me. 20. Technically, it is 20, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's kind of a bad, weird situation here, just because everyone wants to see it, you know. But we're gonna get going.
Well, and we'll go with Rapha's point of view.
He did already turn it off. He said. Oh. I'm sorry, I just missed
it really
that.
off, or was he just like lying?
No, I really have no reason to lie about that. It'd be way too easy to call you out about it.
It would be, yeah.
Zara will get red, and he does not do anything fancy. He actually does not even grab a railgun, which I find kind of peculiar. It will mean he wins. He wins the race to yellow, but does he?
I think what Rapha will gain from having railgun, having the railgun advantage, you know, like he'll know because of how fast Zara was there that he has a railgun advantage, and maybe try and play it, or maybe I think
both players actually just gonna. I'm gonna switch real quick to Rapha, make sure he has an LG. Yeah, both players just opting out. You know what? Gentleman's agreement. We're both gonna get full weapons, and my gosh, who needs a rail when you can shoot 50% LG?
Yeah, I think like having all guns, like both players having all guns, is a situation that favors Rapha.
Why though?
Maybe I'm wrong, but
he had less stack.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm all ears for sure. This is goofy. What are you doing? What are you doing, Zach?
I don't know. If I was playing
flare,
Rapha,
you think you know how to use plasma gun? You don't know how to use plasma gun. Sit down, son. Easy direct rocket. Rapha missing. These scrubs can't hit anything worth a damn, man. Where's the highlight video? There you go. That's what I'm talking about, Phylum. Man, these guys QuakeCon champions? Terrible. Terrible excuses for players.
Alright, so I've had to split the major items there, and Rapha,
yes, indeed,
getting onto this yellow armor is going to get the better out of that split. And now it's just about controlling the center of the map.
Huh? There you go. Atta boy.
That rocket is incredible. Honestly, like I don't even know how you can do that, because that was fired before the rocket jump even happened.
You do it with style.
You
it's
just
all
know.
Flow. Huh?
I thought you were gonna say it's all flare, and I was gonna.
Yeah, why would I do that?
Not be very happy.
That move certainly took a lot of flair. You know. Rapha 4-0 though. Pretty good control despite Zara having him trapped up here. Yeah, he can just drop down, and Zara's going to send himself flying. That was peculiar.
Yeah, Rapha has lost a lot of his stack, but again, like, the red armor's up, and that's beautiful dodging. That dodging is so important.
GG's.
There goes Zara.
Grand finalist number 1 is indeed Rapha. Zara will have to wait in the lower bracket. Did you have something that you were going to finish off there?
Not really.
Yeah.
Other than just Rapha, like, the way he moved in that fight, you know, like, everyone take notes, because it's really solid.
Indeed. Those of you who had to come over from Rapha's stream, I apologize that you have to watch this in 60 FPS with subpar commentary. Right? Don't worry, I'm sure he'll start it up again, and you'll be able to watch it in glorious 30 FPS with much honestly, Rapha's stream of consciousness play is probably better than like our casting period.
Oh, I couldn't hold a candle to it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even try, you know.
Yeah. I'd try because
like,
I'm kind of a jackass.
Rapha vision, you know. It's
Rapha
Rapha vision, and it's hard to turn that up.
We have lower bracket games to watch.
We certainly do.
Oh, you don't have these people on your friends list. Never mind. Sorry.
No, well, it looks like the only game that's happening is Festive Turtle v Rulith, and that's probably about to finish. So I might go to the bathroom, and then we'll watch the winner of that play captain.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Anyone else curious what direction toilet goes when he... Oh wait, hold that thought. Most improved player of 2014 is making a running. Be the most improved player of 2015. Now they have 2 minutes to hold on to a 3-frag lead. Festive Turtle has a rocket launcher to their name. No armor. Neither does their opponent though. Their opponent actually just gonna grab a 50 armor now. Festive gonna grab that yellow. Does not want to be here. Stretches a little too far forward. Here's what we're gonna do, guys. Doing this as a favor to a friend. A favor to a friend. We're gonna take a little bit of a break. I'm gonna come back in for the end of that game. We're gonna see the end result of that game. There's a reason why I'm doing this, and it's because I know that they just got anxiety, and maybe it's just me thinking things that aren't true, but I feel like we just gave him a little bit of an anxiety there, so we're just gonna hold on a sec. Gonna pop back in just a second.
Alright, and I'm back.
Alright, are you ready for the glory? The day of so-called glory?
I think I am. Who are we playing? Who is against Captain?
We don't know yet, we're about to find out. Let's go back in, boys. It is the most festive of turtles. Taking it 13-12.
Oh, wow.
Had to dip out. It was toxicity. As a fellow caster, Phylum, have you ever gotten that feeling when you join a server and all of a sudden the player who you know kind of has stream anxiety starts to do really bad?
Oh, yeah.
I had that feeling, and as a friend, since it was the 8-minute mark, I just dipped out. I'm like, screw it, we'll just come back. We'll see the end. And we did. GG.
It's good. I always seem to like perform better when I'm being watched because I've got to show off.
Because you're freaking
like I
dirty.
Pull out the extra shot.
Yeah, you pull it all out when you're being watched, don't you?
Oh no, but I try and like hit crazier rocket and stuff. You know, I just get more confident because I've got to prove something to the world that I'm not as bad as, well, that I'm maybe a little bit less bad than people think I am. Only on stream though, like I don't give a shit when people are spectating me in game.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Well, unless I'm doing really badly, you know.
Did you see that? We're gonna play Toxic Festive? No. No. Just flat out no. I don't blame her.
Again, I don't really know these players, so Captain
Captain is Namco, Namco is Rupt, and Namco is also Feet. You've actually casted a game of theirs before, and you watched them. What's the other one? Remember Cole Smith?
Yes.
Same thing, same dude. That's why I'm like, can you just pick a goddamn name? For the love of God. Same dude.
Yeah, no, it's really annoying.
So basically, if you recall, Cole Smith, I forget if he played against Rapha on... No, he played against Zorak on Toxicity.
It was Zorak on Toxicity, yeah.
And
that was just like one of those...
It's crazy, yeah, it was weird. And that was the same Duel Cup that Rapha and Zorak played that Toxicity. They went like double or triple overtime, and they shot something like a total of 400 rails between the two of them. It was absolutely like not kosher.
I think that was in the upper bracket final, not the grand final or something, but yeah. No, that was a very fun cup. Alright, so we've had the ban of DM13.
We'll see here. Festive's best pool in the map. Best map in the pool is probably gonna be against me. It's Blood Run, but maybe Captain's feeling something out here with getting rid of Lost World and Sinister. I do admit that I did not follow the players enough leading up to this like I normally would. So,
Blood Run.
Yeah.
Why is this a spec vote server? That's just the most stupid thing.
Right, yeah, okay, I've said this on stream before when it's just a random stream, but guys, if you own a server, like, why are you allowing spectators to vote on your server? Like, wake up.
I can understand
what's wrong with
in
you?
free-for-all or clan arena maybe, but
No.
like for Duel, it just makes absolutely no sense.
It never makes sense.
I mean, you can kick players. Like, specs can just decide to kick a player. Or if someone cool votes it, I guess. But it's so weird. Anyway,
Yeah.
we are going to see this map, and I think Festive Turtle off the spawn.
Sure.
Alright, so that's Mega LG spawn. Pretty standard, and getting the upper YA too. So that means that Captain is going to have... Well, he is going to get himself a rocket launcher and an LG. But, Festive Turtle, just looking to kind of hear him out. Captain is being a little bit sneaky there. Festive Turtle gets a sound cue. And just looking out at this red armor, looking for the damage there. I don't know if that quite nullified the red pickup, but it's going to make the fight a lot more even coming into this first Mega.
I think the damage could have been a little better. I think the pin could have come out there, maybe a direct rocket first stuff, but it was good damage nonetheless. Festive
It's
Turtle,
enough to deter Captain.
Yeah. The kind of interesting thing about this is Festive Turtle needs a rail still, so even if Captain delays her long enough to get that mega health, she's still going to push back in like that and get damage onto his red pickup. What? Eats two pretty nasty rails actually, and evens it right
Yeah,
up.
those rails are really, really important from Captain. It's going to mean he actually has, well, an advantage. It's going to be Festive Turtle putting out the better fight here, though.
Nice rail. Not connect with the second one, but ooh, this is crazy ballsy.
Yeah, that's a bit too risky, but
direct
holy
rockets
shit.
always a winning combination now. With
Captain
anything.
just wasn't expecting that at all, and Festive Turtle got through like the choke point doorway and just hit.
With how tense your voice was getting and mine was about to get, I'm pretty sure no one expected that to actually happen. That rocket came out of nowhere. Very, very lucky to hit that rocket. Now they can't peek around too long here. They need to work their way back around towards this mega health, and I don't know.
This is going to be dangerous.
Well, I mean,
And
more for Captain though than Festive.
almost does the same thing that Festive just did back.
Yep. To be fair though, Festive did have enough to survive anything that would have hit her. And she also had positioning going towards the red, which is why I was kind of wondering why Captain was sticking around so long, because the longer he stays there, the easier it is for her to get the red after that. So, I don't know. Hindsight, right? 2020. Oh no!
Oh my god. That is devastating.
Yeah, you gotta smile about that one.
Yeah. Festive needs to get one of these yellows, which is good. Oh. It's an important defensive shot to hit. Again, you know, it's going to stop Captain just being able to, like, bully in. And right now, nothing on the map. Festive really doesn't want to take a rail and lose the 50 armor. So that means Festive just kind of has to chill out a bit, I think.
Oh.
And yeah, it's a really hard one, because right now Captain, like... Well, he's got everything anyway.
Just saw the grenade and jumped on it. Hashtag Zorak. Or
Yeah.
hashtag Festive. Quote Zorak. Lord. And Festive Turtle will drop the first frag. Interesting choice to go back to red there, yeah. Definitely seeing nerves now, as not only did they double back, not really sure where they wanted to go, but they missed their jump to rockets, and that's a huge weapon to have.
Well, yeah, you really need the rockets to be able to be defensive. I mean, the plasma gun, you know, can be effective, but... Well, there's a time on Mega at least.
Yeah. You were talking about Festive earlier hitting a really nice defensive rocket, pushing Captain away from the upper yellow when it was still 0-0. And while I do agree, the issue for them at that point is still the same issue that they have now, and that's that they do not have weapons to fight. Like, they needed to go get that LG, and they're lucky they didn't get railed this time getting it. They need to get this rocket launcher, and they're lucky not to get railed trying to get this. Like, and they need to get this rail, and whoa!
Yeah, I think it was ambitious to ever try and fight there, even if, like, I mean, I don't know what Captain was doing exactly, but it was just too much of a risk, and now, like, Festive was getting the guns, you know, we had a bit of armor, and now they have, well, basically what they had before, actually. So I don't know. Maybe I should just maybe I should just hold on to that one a little bit
Would it be
longer.
safe to assume though that Captain's move was so out of left field and so random that it was hard for Festive Turtle to read what the hell was going on?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, come on.
I mean, sometimes
Nice.
you're just like, you know, like it felt like there was no way that situation was going to go in favor of Captain. But it was always obvious Captain was going to be there for some damage, I think, and, you know, pretty good damage.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I really kind of feel like that's one of those moves that, or one of those deaths that you take when you're playing against somebody who, by the way, Captain, I know you're not a 1200 elo noob, brand new player, but it's one of those mistakes that a new player makes and catches you off guard and actually turns into a frag for them because you're just like, what are you doing? It looked a lot like that. Like, Festive was very uncertain of what they were doing. Excellent rail to bounce them up there, though. Shame they can't follow it up with a second, but they need resources, so. Festive will probably be forced to come get this yellow unless they eat a second rail. And eat a rocket for their trouble, and just bait it into it, you know?
Yeah, even when Captain, like, at the disadvantage, you know, coming around that corner, he was just in control of that situation, still.
Gonna bide their time. They did hear their opponent up there before, and instead they're gonna opt instead for maybe some cheeky damage in the back. They're gonna opt for a rail trade, which never gonna work out for them in the end.
No. And that's bad weapon selection. They need to have the rocket launcher out from the start there.
They just need to keep backing up. I don't know why they're stopping. Like, I don't know why they're stopping.
Yeah, this is not a fight you can win.
It actually is. Like, ironically, it is.
Captain's backed away. Holy shit, he can't hit. Like, he hit absolutely 0 LG. 3 LG bolts would have been the end of Festive Turtle, and now suddenly Festive Turtle, you know, has something to play with. They're gonna go aggressive here.
It is worth pointing out, you said you don't know a lot about these players at all, and maybe other people don't either, as Festive will use another frag. And off the spawn, looks like it's going to be a 6th death. Whew, nice moves, though. It is worth pointing out to everyone who does not already know, though. Again, Festive Turtle, very much so a player who has improved enormously, and ironically, a player who was just defeated by Rapha in the winners bracket. What is going on? Czar is someone who actually teaches Festive quite a bit and gives them pointers and stuff. So I think it's showing a lot with how Festive is treating the map, because while Capitan or El Capitan he's getting these frags. He is in the lead, obviously. He's kind of making poor choices as to what item to go for. But things are just lining up for him in the end. You know, I think that Festive may be a slightly smarter player, but it's just not. It just doesn't matter at this point. I mean,
yeah,
the damage isn't there.
No, I would tend to agree with that. Like, Captain's done some weird stuff and made it work. The thing I haven't seen Festive Turtle do is, like, You know, sometimes you're playing a player that's better than you, and they just go to that one spot that you really don't want them to be, and they just do that thing, you know, that exact thing you don't want them to do. And that's what I haven't seen Festive Turtle do to Captain, you know?
I think nerves played a big part in this one.
Yeah.
Could be talking on my
And
ass,
that
but the
also,
movement
yeah.
at the beginning. No, don't worry. I'm. minute. Oh, there's bait grenade from left field, freaking alley ooped off the wall. I don't even. That was all the wrong analogy, but that grenade made no sense. They passed that grenade to themselves and then over to their opponent. But yeah, a lot of nerves at the very beginning, like just the movement from Festive, and after they died that first time, they spawned at, where was it? Not directly on shotgun, but up, like, pretty much right where they just
and
were.
They just weren't sure what they were doing.
Yeah, and they kind of worked around, missed the jump, and, you know.
Yeah, and again, and this is where, like, competition experience comes into play as well. Like, I don't think Festive Turtles has played that many competitions. I've seen them a few times.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess that's fair. That's fair. And I did actually sleeve the toxicity game beforehand because I knew they had stream anxiety.